So have you ever wondered what Kingdom Hearts would look like if it got turned into a turn-based RPG? Well, luckily for us, Kingdom Hearts Recoded answers that question. So what do I think about Kingdom Hearts Recoded 13 years after it's been released? Taking into account that it is a DS game from 2008. Honestly, as a kid, I would have loved this. I wanted nothing more than something like this. I was like, give me Kingdom Hearts, even if it looks absolutely crappy, but just put me in the Kingdom Hearts world, let me attack Heartless and level up, travel to different Disney worlds. That is exactly what this game does. Of course, I wanted that when I was about 12 and KH1 had just come out, but even then, I still think that to this day, that is KH Recoded's biggest strength, the fact that it is handheld. And the fact that it still scratches that itch for a Kingdom Hearts game. No, you're not gonna get the most high quality game. No, you're not gonna get the best Kingdom Hearts experience out there. But you will get a Kingdom Hearts experience nonetheless. And in my opinion, it has a couple of twists and turns and things that make it different enough for me to consider it a different game in the Kingdom Hearts series. So let's start off with the story. Let's be 100% here. The story isn't all that. There is one scene at the very end of the game that makes the game, I guess, if you're only playing it for the story, like as a whole for Kingdom Hearts, worth playing. But looking at Kingdom Hearts Recoded story itself, it doesn't have much to offer. So no, I would not recommend this game for the story. The gameplay is classic Kingdom Hearts. The only thing that took some getting used to was messing around with the camera and having to press one of the back trigger buttons on my DS to get the camera to turn to wherever I want it to look. While annoying at first, once I got the hang of it, it felt kind of second nature. And funny enough, I popped in Kingdom Hearts 1 and tried playing on the PS4, and I found myself pressing the trigger to try and move the camera. I was like, oh wait, that's not a thing I can do here. But it feels like a Kingdom Hearts game, and I think that's what I appreciate the most. They didn't pull a Rechain of Memories on us where they tried turning into its own complete separate thing. It is just a Kingdom Hearts game on a DS. There's not that many worlds to explore, but again, they do try to get unique with some of its worlds. Something else to point out about the gameplay, it is a lot more platformy than any of the other Kingdom Hearts games I've ever played. Not just when you're traversing through the worlds themselves and you're jumping around different blocks to reach different chests, but a lot of the mini games that they do towards the end of a level when you're going to defeat a boss, very platformy, a lot of jumping, a lot of timing and landing in the right spot. And honestly, I appreciated that. I'm glad that I was like, okay, look, maybe you're not going to give me the full Kingdom Hearts experience, but you're giving me a really watered down version of Kingdom Hearts with some cool different mini games for me to play along the way. And while I was not the biggest fan of all of them, some of them were really fun, and I liked that each time it was different. I didn't feel like the mini games got repetitive at the end of each level because they were different enough for me to be like, okay, I see what y'all went for here. I love the combat system. Very similar to what they did with Birth by Sleep, but with a twist again. You don't quite level up as you do in the other Kingdom Hearts games. You kind of have this board, and you gotta place different chips. Similar to Final Fantasy X-ish, but not really. My point is, it has its own unique level up system, and once you get the hang of it, it works, and I liked it. And it does go back to the command style of fighting, like in Birth by Sleep, where like you press, you know, square and use fire or Fyra or Firaga, and it doesn't cost any magic, but then you have to wait for the little command thing to refill. Not a bad thing. Personally, one of my favorite ways to play Kingdom Hearts. Don't really need to talk about this game visually. It is not the most impressive thing visually. You're not gonna play this game for it being visual. But so getting to it, how does Kingdom Hearts Recoded hold up in 2021? Look at that cool move Sora is doing right there. For what it is, for what it tried to be, for what it wanted to be, I think it did a good job. No, it is not a top tier game, but for a DSKH game from 2008, it is solid. And even it being 2021, this is the thing that brings it up a couple of notches. Its biggest strength, in my opinion, still. It is a handheld game. For long car rides, if I'm, waiting at the doctor, or, doing anything outside. So that is what I think about Kingdom Hearts Recoded if you're gonna play it in 2021. Is it worth it? Know what you're getting into before you get it. If you're gonna play it as an emulator, okay, sure, maybe, why not? I would only really consider this game worth it if you're gonna play it on a handheld. That's the thing that I think makes it the most special in my opinion. Alright everyone, that's gonna do it for this video. Please leave a like, please leave a comment, please let me know what you think about Kingdom Hearts Recoded down below. And thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Wolfpack. And it's pronounced Aethel Wolf.